What's good, savages? Welcome to another episode of This Savage Life. It's funny because this morning I kind of had a topic in mind and I was driving back home from dropping off my son at his baseball training. And I was listening to something and it talked about discipline. And it caught my attention and I listened. And then I got home and I sat down and I got ready to record this. And right before I started recording, I checked my channel page. I saw I had a notification, and it was a new subscriber. It was a friend of mine. Shout out to, you know who you are, maybe, if you're listening to this. Thank you for the support. That person reminded me of discipline, because just like me, she is extremely disciplined, more disciplined than I am. And I was like, well, maybe this is a sign that maybe I want to talk about discipline. Discipline is something I didn't always have. I was very undisciplined at a certain point in my life. And I recognize it in other people. The only reason I recognize it is because I used to be me. You have to be able to recognize your evolution as a person, and you have to be able to recognize who you were, who you are now. And if you have close friends, family members, kids, wife, and you see certain things, you recognize in them certain things. It's not to be judgmental about those things. It's I was that undisciplined person at one point in my life for a very long time. And now that I look back on it, it didn't serve me. I wouldn't want to change a thing about my life and the progression I took. I feel like I am who I am today. I'm here as this version of myself today because of that path, because of that journey. So I would never take anything away from that, because I think it built me in who I am right here, and I'm starting to be really, really content and happy in this version of myself. My confidence is on the rise, my self-belief, so I feel I'm on the right path right now. I took a lot of detours to get here, but I've also learned a lot along the way, and I've been fortunate enough to meet the right people at the right time that have guided me in the right direction. And discipline is something that I really sucked at when I was younger. And it wasn't until I got into martial arts where, if you want to get good, if you want to get lethal, discipline has to be at the top of the list. It has to be. There's certain things in life you'll never get if you're not disciplined. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. If you choose the comfort over pain, if you choose easy over hard, if you're always looking for the shortcut, you won't get what you want most. Maybe you haven't figured out what you want most yet in life, but that doesn't matter. If you want something, there has to be discipline involved. You have to make hard decisions. You have to do things you're not going to want to do. You have to do them consistently. It's the only way it's going to get easier. It's like working out. Your body, your muscle adapts to the resistance that you give it. That's how you get stronger, in a nutshell. Discipline is, for me, at the root of everything. Everywhere you go, everything you do, you have to make a choice. Like, I don't always want to work out, but I understand that it makes me a better version of myself. So I go work out, even though I'm tired, even though I don't feel like it, even though I really want to sit on the couch and watch the highlights. I don't. I'll catch the highlights later. Or the highlights weren't meant for me today. I haven't always taken that approach, but in recent months, I've changed my perspective on a few things and adjusted my beliefs. I put less importance on certain things and more importance on others. Kind of shifted in certain things. Discipline is not just something that magically happens. I remember when I first walked into Combat Arts Academy in Mississauga. I remember immediately falling in love with everything they were offering. I was in there 5-6 times a week. I quickly became disciplined because it was necessary. It was necessary if I wanted to get better at all these skills. Grappling, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Like, I wanted to get better at these things as fast as possible. And the only way was to be there as often as possible, to choose the hard over the easy of staying home and just wasting my night on the couch, on the computer, or on watching TV, or whatever it was. It instilled this discipline in me, the martial arts, because it was required. And I wanted to do that thing so bad that I was willing to sacrifice and my feelings over what was necessary. It's something I've repeated many times. Don't let your feelings dictate your work ethic. I think that's so important because a lot of the times we make our decisions based on how we feel and not on what is required. That is also a skill. Being undisciplined is something you get better at the more you do it. The problem is being undisciplined is a lot easier than being disciplined. Choosing the easy always feels better. Choosing comfort always feels better. But if you're like me and you believe that you were meant for something, then being disciplined all the time is the only option. For me. For you, that might not be what is required, but for me, it is. And it's molded a lot of who I am. And again, I'm in a good place right now. I'm very grateful for all the things that I have. I'm grateful for who I am in this moment. I'm grateful for the potential that I can become. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my support system, for my wife, my kids, for my friends, my family, everybody. So grateful. But I'm also grateful for discipline. I'm grateful to be able to make the hard choices most times, the necessary choices most times. I'm grateful that I get to do those things. I have the ability to do those things. I'm grateful for those things. And just like discipline, gratitude is required in my life. And gratitude is something that I didn't always practice. Thinking of the things that I had in my life wasn't something I did. It was always about what I wanted and not what I had. Realizing that certain people in the world would die to be in my shoes. So complaining about whatever, complaining about anything seems pointless. And I do it, we all do it, but it seems pointless if you really think about it on the grand scheme of everything. I'm grateful that I get to live in a country that allows me the freedoms that it allows me. Because I know that not everybody has the same opportunities in this world. I'm grateful for my abilities to get up in the morning and go to work, because I know sometimes some people don't have that ability. So just like discipline, gratitude is something I've recently started practicing every single day. And it's a small thing I do. It takes 30 seconds to do. Do it every morning, afternoon, at night. It's a small, minuscule part of my day. It is. But it is one of the most important part of my day. It's something, like I said, very small, but it seems to calibrate my mind, I guess, if I wanted to explain it in a way where, again, I feel good. I feel content. The depression is non-existent. The anxiety, a lot less. Just a slight shift in perspective and belief, and nothing huge. Just trying to figure out little habits I can do daily that help me. Because honestly, that's my life. Just trying to figure out little habits that I can do every single day. Something I could do every single day. That just makes me a better version of myself. And gratitude is one of those things. Just like cold showers in the morning are one of those things. Just like a cup of coffee every morning is one of those things. I'm trying to cultivate small habits every single day that make me better. And sometimes I do something for a long time and I realize maybe this isn't really something I should be doing. And then I remove it if possible. Sometimes you do something for very long, thinking it helps you and makes you better. And then you realize it's run its course and it might not be a habit that you need in your life anymore. That's possible too. If you're still listening to this, I greatly appreciate your support. Again, I really just try to do these to get better on the microphone. And sometimes the conversation can go in a lot of different places, but I'm just trying my best to get better at this. I hope you enjoy the content. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. Be greatly appreciated. Be good. Be great. Be kind. And most importantly, be yourself. Much love and stay savage.